This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store. And today I'm very lucky to be joined by Mark Tibbs. And Mark, I saw on your Instagram story today, you've been to see the new Spider-Man, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, last night I saw it.
What do you think?
It was good. I mean, to be fair, I got pushed into it by my son, obviously, and I don't get time to watch any movies or TV of lately. In the last few years, I can't remember what I watched, but I must admit it was really good. I recommend it. I recommend it.
Well, I saw the first day it's out because the thing is I do a film course at college, I do creative media, and if I didn't really see it the first day it's out, it gets all spoiled. You see, so you kind of have to see it the first day it's out because everyone will just tell you about it, talk about it. So it's a bit annoying. So, what do you not have any time to watch any films or TV then?
Well, do you know something? No, I don't get to watch a lot of TV or films. You know, I just don't. Since my son's been around in the last 6 years, it's work and work and home life. But I watch a little bit of news here and there. But I used to like going to the cinema years ago myself, so I can tell my boy's a little bit of a film freak. So who knows? I might slip back into it with him.
It's quite nice going to the cinema, because you kind of switch off, and then after you leave it, you feel knackered. Though it is quite good. But what else have you been up to, Mark? Apart from all the boxing stuff, or is it just all boxing of you? What else have you been up to though?
Well, after the movie, we went to Winter Wonderland. I got dragged into that last night, so it was. I wanted to watch the DAZN fight last night up in Manchester. I actually had a ticket to go last night, and if I went yesterday, I'd have to have left about 10 in the morning, maybe 12 latest. And I had a session booked at Lee Valley running track with some of my other prospects. I like them for them to sprint twice a week, just ticking over up to the Christmas period sort of thing. And I had that booked, and I was meant to meet Johnny Fisher up in Manchester, and I got dragged into not dragged, but my son twisted my arm, and I went and watched Spider-Man instead. I thought I'd get home to watch the DAZN fight, but I got home about 8:30, so I missed the starting of it. But obviously, I got home to watch the main fight, and what a fight it was! It was incredible, wasn't it? Chisora, the Chisora fight and part.
I remember seeing, because I was watching it here on my laptop, and I did see Johnny Fisher in the crowd. I was thinking, why is no one else with him? Then your son did drag you to Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland's kind of the cliche thing that when I go on my Snapchat at Christmas time, all my mates always at Winter Wonderland. It's kind of the cliche thing to do at my age. But yeah, so let's touch on the Chisora fight. Did you expect it to go the way it went?
No, not really, Fred. I thought Parker might have got the stoppage in the later rounds, to tell you the truth. But credit to Derek for putting on such a brave and courageous fight that we'll expect him to do. Because he's made of that. You know what I mean? But he's getting on a little bit now. His legs are a little bit past it, and obviously he knows what he's got to do. And but when you get a bit past it, your brain and your legs come out of sync, sort of thing. So last night, credit to him, his experience, I thought, took him the 12 rounds, and what a warrior he is, Derek Chisora. Fantastic. I was really made up for him. But I think he must have made some money now in the game, and I think he's got someone's got to have a strong word with him and have a sitting down, and have a sensible chat with him. Do you know what I mean? Because of the obvious.
In the third round, I think it was the third round. I only watched the fight once, and I was live. I didn't rewatch it. I probably should have seen the highlights or something. But I think it was the third round where Derek Chisora was wobbled by Joseph Parker, and a lot of people thought it was going to get stopped. After the third round, going to the fourth round, what advice would you give Derek in the corner? What advice would you give Joseph Parker in the corner?
He got put down, didn't he, Derek? To be fair, look, Derek at his stage of his career, he knows what to do and what not to do. I mean, at the beginning of Derek's career, if he was a good listener, I really believe that he would have won some of them losses he lost, if you know what I'm saying. And it's it's very well known that he's his own man. He's hard to train, he's hard to coach, and he's been a difficult, somewhat difficult character to work with for a coach. So but you live and learn, and he's turned out to be a quality operator on that, and so he knows what to do. He's doing it is the other thing. It's 37 years of age after them tough battles, after them tough careers. I mean, I think he boxed Hellenius a few years back, and I thought he'd done enough to get that decision against Hellenius. So that was unlucky for him. But if you was in the corner with him for the fight last night, he had to do what he was doing, and actually that's taking Parker out of his comfort zone, getting on his chest and manhandling him. And he was doing all of that. And he found it difficult to deal with Joseph Parker at the time. But he knew how to get out that way with that right hand. But he's doing it all the time. Then credit to Parker, he trebled and doubled the left hook up. And nailed him a couple of times with it in the corner. When Derek went back in the corner, for a rest, but he's also dangerous as well. He's always a fraction out, though. Last night, he was always a fraction out, you know what I'm saying? But no, you couldn't have said too much to Derek last night. You'd have to keep infusing and inspiring him. But he knew what to do last night, Derek. And unfortunately, his timing and his feet are just out of sync a little bit because of wear and tear and long, hard career.
It was quite interesting. Every time he kind of did get hurt or did get knocked down, he kind of backed away, he found the corner, he backed away into the corner, and he kind of just sat there in the corner waiting for Joseph to make his first move. And then one of the times everyone thought Derek was out of it, and quite surprised a lot of people. Obviously, Parker was being very cautious when he got into the corner. And what do you think happens next for Joseph? What do you think happens next for Derek?
Well, it's not really for me to say. A lot of people, for the public, would like to see Derek retire. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I think he should. He's been great for the sport, and what a way to go out on a fight like that. I mean, a lot of young people should look at what he's done in his career and how he's gone out. He's gone out on his shield sort of thing. But he needs someone around him to direct and guide him and be strong with him, and that's all you can do with Derek, I believe. But and Joseph Parker is he's up there now. He's done he's hanging around up there. I think he could have. I think he put a bit of weight on last night, didn't he? And we expected him to, take it to Derek, and he did just that. But I think he could have made easier work for that as well. If he'd have boxed how he used to did at times, seeing that Derek was falling short with everything because his timing was out, I think he could have got behind the left jab, softened him up, and I think he could have got the stoppage if he took that tactic as well. But listen, he fought a good fight as well. As I said before, when Derek wanted a breather, he walked back to the corner. He literally looked back to the corner, walked into the corner, but also nicked a breathing space, and he made Parker feel a little bit vulnerable in case he was going to run up or something. So that's good experience from Derek. But I feel that Parker can learn from that fight as well. He probably went in there to have it toe to toe with Derek, the young lion versus the old lion. But obviously, Derek is a big tough man, and he held his own with Parker. So Parker then should have mixed up the boxing with the box fighting. That is, get behind the jab, a little bit on his toes, not run away or nothing, but just slide and glide and make it even more tricky for Derek and make him fall short even more within swings. And I feel he would have capitalised a lot more than he did last night if he was to adopt that approach.
Yeah, certainly. I think Joseph Parker came in 10 pounds heavier, and I think that's kind of surprised quite a few people. That Andy Lee, I think he did an interview, I think it was Matching Boxing, but he was saying there's nothing different. He wasn't easy. He's eating the normal food that he eats, he's training the normal way he trains. But enough about kind of Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker. Let's move on to one of your fighters. We'll start with Harvey Horn, who was last out a few weeks ago I haven't heard much from Harvey. How's he doing?
Harvey's he's a lot better now. Obviously, he was gutted at the time, very gutted, and like we all was. And yeah, I mean, I watched the fight last night. The long lever man, long lever Cleaver.
Jack
Yeah,
Cullen.
long lever Cleaver, and he fought a tough African, just like Harvey Hong the other night. It reminded me, though the Cleaver. What's his name again?
Jack Cullen.
Jack Cullen. I know Jack Cullen. One of my fighters boxed him before, but Jack Cullen can punch a little bit stiffer than Harvey Horn. But it reminded me of Harvey's fight. Tough Arab African with a big heart that stayed on his chest, and he was swinging that right hand over, and obviously, stopped Jack in the end. But Harvey's well. With he's had a meeting with Wasserman, and it's been very, very positive. And he's talking like he's going to continue to fight, and that's what I'd like to hear from him. Just come back and see if we can play with his weight a little bit more, as in make him stronger, make him a little bit bigger at the weight he's at, and I'd like to see him walk around, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pounds heavier than he comes in at training at, if you know what I mean. So he's not always training on weight, which is not a good thing. Yeah.
I'm sure after Christmas they will come in a bit. All your fighters come probably a bit heavier. And the one about his brother, Louis Horn. He's quite an entertaining guy, Louis. He's a very nice guy. What's next for Louis?
Yeah, Louis. We was expecting Louis to be at the track on Saturday, and I've given them all the prospects coming through. I've set them up with a training program, as in twice a week, a little bit of S&C with Sonny Cannon, my strength and conditioner, and to do a bit of only at 40, 50, 60% maximum, if you know what I'm saying, twice a week. And I like to do a track with them once a week until we start getting Christmas out of the way and dates start coming in. But he hasn't shown up for training after his first debut fight. So, but he's going to be a fun character to work with. He really has got something about him. Tall, rangy, and he flies off the handle a little bit up here, if you know what I mean. So something I like about him, flying off the handle a little bit. He's got a good character, and he was great to work in the corner that night. When I mean great, he just does everything you asked him to do and doesn't question anything, and that was really good. That's what I like about Louis Hong. So looking forward to build some momentum and get him on a roll. So I've had a chat with one or two promoters, and I've got to go back to him after Christmas. Hopefully we can keep him busy. But yeah, it's got a long way to go, but he's got time on his side, and he's got the character, and he actually is a good, really, really good boxer. What I mean by good boxer, he understands the logistics and everything about fighting. Yeah.
And nowadays in boxing, you want to be able to box very well, but you also want to be a good character, because you don't want to be kind of boring. You want to be able to kind of throw yourself very well, be able to sell tickets. He's probably still passing after his debut win. But how do you kind of balance? You've got now, how many fights have you got now? You've got quite a few, haven't you?
Well, do you know something? I've got I concentrate on Tommy Fletcher, John Hedges, and a new guy coming up called Tommy. Sorry, I said that Tommy Fletcher, didn't I? Tommy Fletcher. He's not had his debut yet, but I focus on them three big ones: the light heavy, a cruiser, and a heavyweight. The cruiser's not quite a fully blown cruiser yet, and the light heavyweight in John Hedges, I feel that'll be a big cruiser later on. You know what I mean? So because they're still like in their early 20s and they're growing, they're filling out. But I've got a few light guys around me, like Louis Horn and who's that?
Alfie Best.
Alfie Best, that's it. Alfie Best. He's just come on board. So I've got them couple of light guys there, which I'm still plotting and planning. They've only been in the gym a few weeks, so to speak, and Louis was lucky enough to get on the Wasserman show because of his brother Harvey, but he was worthy of that. He's worthy of that platform, Louis Horn, and I've had a good look at Alfie Best, and I feel he's a good little solid boxer, a really good solid boxer. And another one understands instructions and likes to deliver. And he was funny as Atmans, because not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, I took him on took him on the track at Lee Valley, and just wanted to see what he does. You know, I like to spend a bit of time with him, boxing, strength and conditioning, and track work. So I can see from a distance what they're all about, if you know what I mean. And to be fair, he needs coaching even on the track. You know, elbows in, and I says to him, what I say, Alf, them elbows come out anymore, you're going to take off if you go any faster. But little things just like everyone, we all need coaching and guiding. And but to be fair, it was not a hard session we did on that Saturday. And on the way back after we finished, I went, "How do you enjoy that, Alf?" Someone said it to him, and he said, "Tell you what, brother, I said, if I know I'm going to do that again, I won't show up." It was terrible, but he never showed it. But it wasn't terrible. What he said, he found it hard, but it wasn't hard. And it's just because it's new to him. It's new to him.
I think you've also got Ebony Bridges joining the stable as well. But has Alfie taken you for a ride in his Ferrari yet?
But you know what? I've heard all about these cars he's got. I swear, Fred, I've not seen one of them. But I did say to him the other day, I've heard all about his cars and this and that. But I said to him, I don't know why I said it, because in our gym, the car parks are pretty busy because it's an industrial estate. I don't know why I said what I said. I went, "Is your car downstairs?" He went, "Yeah, why?" He thought something happened to it. So I could tell the boys were telling me about his car stopping. But I've not seen none of his cars, no.
Oh, okay. When I come down, I know we come down to your gym sometime. I'll make sure Alpha's there. We'll go for a ride. Maybe you'll go for a ride in his Ferrari.
Well, I'll make sure I'll have a word with Al, see what he can do. Yeah.
I spoke to John Hedges not yesterday, a few weeks ago. He's a really nice guy, John. I saw him at I think it was a Channel 5 show, I think, the Hennessy Sports show a few weeks ago. I saw him there again. He was telling me, I asked who's the fastest and who are kind of the slowest when you're doing all the fitness thing. And he told me for sprints, it's kind of Johnny Fisher. And then for kind of 5 milers, he always wins. Is that true?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he said that, because, you know, he's with rounds wise in the boxing gym. He goes and he goes and he goes and he goes. I've done 10 rounds with him many times. And it ain't that I want to get numbers and rounds out. It's just if he's performing, and he's not folding or flaking or fading away, and I'm getting good dialogue from him and I'm getting performance out of him, I want to keep doing it without overdoing it, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, if he's flagging and it's dangerous and his hands are dropping around his waist, I've got to pull it. But, you know, I've only got them rounds out of him because he can. He's got good stamina. So it doesn't surprise me you just said that. Yeah.
But when they're doing their sprints, do you watch them or do they go off to do them by themselves and you're doing other things?
No, I'm there. To be fair, I like to set out the main meaty work. You know, it depends what's if there's 6 or 8 or 10s or 12s round fighters, but I like to set out their sprints, their short sprints, or you know, and it's generally if you can sprint for 3 minutes, that's probably 800 meters, when they're 60-70% fit, if you know what I'm saying. So if they can do that and have a minute break, like a 3-minute round and a minute break like we do, then maybe I'll do that a few times, and then what I'll do the same thing, and then I'll cut the resting period down to seconds. So mentally, you know, I don't just do it all over the place. It's structured, so they read it mentally, and it makes them more confident. If I can do this at this maximum speed, and I'm getting half a minute break, and I'm doing it, you know, and they go out and do a 3-minute fight and come back, they want to get up after 10 seconds after they're set down. I have to beg them to stay in their seat. But that's
you want to get them a cushion to stay in their seat. And we've been going for about 20 minutes here, so I have to let you go. But when they're doing all that fitness stuff, sprints, do you ever do the sprints with them? Or do you go for golf cart kind of going around with them?
No, to be fair, not the Saturday just gone. The last Saturday I did. I do the warm-up sprint and I do the warm-down sprint. That's what I do. Yeah, but that's good enough for me. I've done a 400 Saturday just gone. The last Saturday I've done a 400 to warm up with them. They done 800 to warm up, and on the warm down, I think I've done a 200 to warm down. But I let them know I'm still having a go.
It's just warming up. That's quite a good excuse then. And I know you're going for a while now. Before I let you go, what's on your Christmas list, Mark? Christmas is coming up in a few days. What are you asking for?
excuse me, before we move on there, Fred, what I want to say is, sorry, when I say I do their meaty work, I set out their meaty work. I set out the fighters' meaty work because I know it's what they need in their battles or their build-up. But my strength and conditioner is quality. Is quality. He adds little things and he does so many magical little things, and he amazes me every time. And he's a good coach and a teacher as well as a coach, an S&C coach. He's a teacher as well. His name's Sonny Cannon, and that is why I love him around my fighters. He's very, very, very good. And what was that, Fred, about the present? What did you say?
What are you asking for Christmas?
What am I asking for Christmas? I'll tell you what. I've got everything I need. I've got my healthy son, my healthy wife, and please God, all my immediate family are healthy. That's all I ask for.
You don't need some new pads or anything then?
Do you know what? I've got pads coming out in the ears. I don't even want to look at another pad for a couple of weeks.
And you know how when you're padding Johnny Fisher, do you ever get kind of bad elbows or bad shoulders because they hit so hard?
Well, the first time I had some shoulder damage and elbow problems. I think I had well, I don't think I know. I had 3 guys on the O2 on a particular date, and it was Charlie Duffield, who's a very big puncher. I had Richard Riacapor, who's also a big puncher, and Dillian White. That was all on the same night at the O2 one night a few years back, not too long ago. And after the 8 weeks of continually padding all them 3 big guys, I really was sore, really sore. And I think that actually the last pad session I did with Dillian White was in the Reebok gym over in Canary Wharf, just adjacent to the O2. And we had a like a little sharpen up on a Thursday. And on a Wednesday or Thursday before the Saturday fought, and he stepped inside my range, if you know what I mean. Bang, and he threw a right hand, and he blew my shoulder up, man. He blew my shoulder. I had a 95% tear in my shoulder. I can't even think what shoulder it was now, but I had a 95% tear, and I was gutted actually. And I had an MRI scan, and he would never know because I had a good physio on board at the time, and he strapped me up, took painkillers. I still tapped him out in the dressing room, and he would never have known. But I had some treatment on it, and I never had an operation. I deviated from the operation. I was advised to have an operation on it, and someone gave me some bands. 2 good physios recommend me to use bands, and I did 15 minutes of bands, all these different exercises. 15 minutes before my pad work and 15 minutes after my pad work, and then saved myself about 8,000 quid in operation. So, you know, which was but when the surgeon told me I needed operation, I was very, very, very gutted because I had work in front of me and I had to continue with it. But no, it's not very nice. But I was glad I didn't. I'm brand new now. So I went against the surgeon's advice, but it was only because I chatted to 2 good physiotherapists that gave me the confidence in, trust me, you can get that well. And I did. I'll be honest with you, within 6 months, I believe, I was. It was to about 3 months ago. It was 5% more weaker than it was, but now it's balanced right out because I've had some other tests done on it, which they measure your strengths, like sort of thing. So I'm really pleased with that. Thanks for reminding me about that, Fred.
Yeah, £8,000 is a lot of money to spend. I guess that's why you brought all the lighter weights in, Harvey Horn, Louis Horn, and Alfie. So it hit so hard, you save your shoulder.
Well, Tommy Fletcher punches harder than Dillian White. Trust me, I'll tell you, he punches harder than Dillian White, Richard Riacapor, and Charlie Duffield. Mind you, Charlie Duffield does punch hard. He does punch hard, but when he was fighting. But no, he's so listen, we've got Johnny Fisher, big puncher, heavyweight. Johnny Edges, watch him come through the ranks. He's going to shock you all. Johnny Edges, he's got ring craft already, ring craft and know-how. long as he's got the flavour for the game, he's going to have a very, very long career. And what I mean, he's going to be like the next Tyson Fury. I said that here. You watch it, Fred. You watch it. Long as he's got the flavour for the game in 6 or 7 years' time, which will fly by like that.
Yeah, blimey. How long do you kind of plan to be around boxing coaching for? Is it these guys and then that's it, or forever until?
Oh, Fred, don't say that. You make me feel. I feel like I'm 25-year-old still in my head. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I've got some other business ideas which I want to do around boxing, and I'm working on that right now. But I love coaching fighters. I love working with young talent, and I love working with established talent. But I've got to get that back from them as well. You know what I'm saying, Fred?
Yeah, I understand. Your dad, he's still down at the gym sometimes, isn't he? Having a look at the fighters.
Yeah, my dad. We had a deal, not a deal, but I said, Dad, do me a favour, come to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and be around the young guys, and give them your advice if you can give them any. And he doesn't say a lot, my dad, but when he talks, it makes sense, and it's his treasure. His treasure in our stable. That's what I say.
Yeah, Jimmy Tibbs. I didn't even realise it was Jimmy Tibbs. He was in the Waxman show, and I think you guys were walking behind me. I was walking a bit, going to the train station behind me. I didn't realise that was Jimmy Tibbs behind you. And I looked around, I was like, oh, that is Jimmy Tibbs. But I need to get one of those, those Mark Tibbs boxing t-shirts. Where can I get one of those from?
100%, Fred. You'll have to text me your address and I'll send you some.
Oh, really?
Text me your address and I'll get you a handful of what I can do. I ain't got a lot with you. I'll get some done for you especially.
Awesome. I like the sound of that, Mark.
Size are you?
Well, I'm 5'7" and I'm skinny. So what's that? Like medium?
Medium.
Perfect. Awesome.
Send me a postcode. Send me a postcode. I'll send it to you.
Awesome. I'll send you I normally live in around about London, but I'm in Norfolk right now. So I'll send you the Norfolk postcode. And Mark, it's always good. I've been nearly going for about half an hour here. So I'll let you go the rest of the day. We'll catch up in the new year. But is it all right if I come down to a gym in the new year? Is that okay?
Anytime, Fred. You just let me know and I'll guide you in. But yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. I'm sure we'll catch up soon. You have a nice Christmas.
Lovely, Fred. You too, mate. God bless. All the best.